Welcome back to your crafty place. Today we are going to work on day 9 of the Spellbinders Craftoween advent calendar or box for 2025. This day has a spider on the front with some flowers and things. On the inside it is a little one-eyed purple people eater monster. I don't know if any of you remember the reference to the one-eyed purple people eater. It was a song, it may have been in conjunction with the movie back in the day, but this is the die cut this time. I made mine a little different than they did over here, but we're going to do our normal go through the dies really quick, and then I'll show you the card I made, and then we'll make a quick little box for some candy. Sorry, there is a fly in my house that seems to have taken a liking to me. So obviously this is the big monster himself. It does cut out the circle part here for his eye. It does cut these little areas here as well, and you can slip the teeth up underneath there, and you can slip something underneath his hand here so that it will hold something. This one is slits right here, but it's not a full slit because there's a cut right here where it doesn't go. This is his eyeglass. It's only got the one little hook that comes off of it, which on the card you'll see later I made it hook up over his horn up there at the top. Then you have the pumpkin here, which is right here, and it cuts out the mouth and the one eye, which is, you know, kind of cool to have a one-eye pumpkin to go along with the one-eye monster. It also does the little cuts on either side of the pumpkin there. This is the pinwheel part of the candy. So this candy has 2 of them on there, but this little piece here, and then this circle here is the background part of the circle of the candy. And I used white paper again and just colored it all with alcohol markers. This here is his teeth. So this part here, this puts a little impression. It doesn't actually cut it. It puts a little impression though, so you kind of know where to line it up on the monster's mouth. Then down here is a little oblong or oval shape that goes behind the pumpkin. So on this pumpkin you really can't see it. You can kind of see it there, but it goes behind the full pumpkin. Let me see if I've got one I can show you here. So here is the pumpkin, and then this is the little oval piece that goes behind the pumpkin. So it lines up perfectly behind the pumpkin. So that's what this piece is. And then this piece is the handle that goes with the pumpkin. So this piece here, the little dots are where you can glue it to the back part of the pumpkin. You'll see, like with his wing here, it also has a little dot, so you can kind of line it up behind there, the same way with his tail there. So this is his wing, this is his pitchfork, this is his front ear, so this ear here, and then this back ear kind of has the same kind of circle here. That one goes back there. You could switch them up if you wanted to. You wouldn't have to have them that way. And then this is his tail here. So the tail has the little dot on the back as well, just to give you an idea of how far in it should go. The little dot can be right on the edge of it there. So that is the die. And I have this one put together. And then I have another one, some pieces, but we're going to just leave that one to the side. This is the card that I made, so this little guy is put together a little bit differently. We've got his eyeglass, kind of goes up and over his horn there. And then I put the pitchfork in the other hand, and the pumpkin is in the hand, similar to the way they have this in the packaging there. And then I use some of the liquid glossy accents to put over the top of his eyeglass. I did use the Monstrously Fun Wishes for the front there as well, and it is on black cardstock, so I do have a white piece of paper in the inside. We are now going to make a little box to be able to put some candy in. So I have a piece of paper here from the Specialty Photo Mats. It is Cloud 9 design. It's called Harvest Holiday 2. Distributed by Color Box, it looks like. This is an older older paper pad. Don't remember how old, but it's been a while. It was actually my sister's, and she gave it to me when she was cleaning out her paper stash. So you will need a scoreboard. This piece is 4.5 by 7. You could make it whatever size you wanted. You just would have to adjust the scores lines a little bit. I am going to, on the short side, so on the 4.5 inch side, I am going to come in 1.5 inches and score. Try to make sure I get it all the way down there. And then I'm going to go ahead and burnish that just so that I know that one is done. So now on the short side, we have, it is 7 inches long. So I'm going to score at 1.5 inches all the way over. So I'm going to go 1.5 inches. I'm going to do 3. I'm going to do 4.5, and then I'm going to do 6. So we have an inch piece here. And I'm going to burnish all of these score marks. And these two pieces will be put together like that to make our box. I am going to do this a little differently than what I have done in the past. I'm going to, the side one here, I'm going to cut all the way off. So I'm going to actually turn it around this way because it's easier for me to see on the white side. And I'm going to go up to the score line, and then I'm going to go across because I don't need this piece at all. Now I'm going to fold it at that fold mark, and I'm going to cut like almost right along that fold. So now I've cut, and I probably cut that one up a little too far, but I've cut at enough of an angle to be able to have them not overlap. So I should get a good connection there. So I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to fold. Usually what I've done is cut up one side and then cut up the other side. This just saves me a step. And I don't need the scoreboard anymore, so I'm going to put that to the side. I'm going to take this and add some glue here. And you could decorate this box more if you wanted to. That is strictly up to you. I'm going to use my bone folder here to burnish that glue down a little bit. Try to make sure it stays lined up. It's not perfect, but it's pretty close there with the grid lines. And then the box will just fold in on itself here. You could cut 2 of them off if you only wanted to do 2. I like the stability of the additional ones on there. So I'm going to go ahead and take my glue and put glue on 3 of them. And then that 4th one I will leave unglued because it's going to be on the top. So I'm going to push it in, push it in, push it in, push it in, and then I'm going to turn it over here, make sure that I have a good flat bottom, and then use my bone folder, the back part of it, to get down in there to push that down in there. And then my little monster will just go on the front there. But as far as what will fit in here, it's taller. I had made it shorter originally, but then you could see all the candy that was sticking out of it, so I thought if I made it a little bit longer, you wouldn't be able to see what was in there. So the Trident gum, not the Trident gum, sorry, the Mentos gum from the Dollar Tree will fit in there. I don't think the Tic Tacs will. Oh, they will. They fit in there at an angle. You can put a couple of the fun-sized bars of candy down in there. So there's a Butterfinger and a Snickers. The Reese's Pieces peanut butter cups will fit down in there, And I think it fits down in there with another one as well, as long as you have the paper in there the right way. It will fit some of the, if you have a crafter, it will fit the ink dots or the ink squares. So like the distress inks are the same size, they'll fit down in there. If you had a sewer, thread would fit down in there. Let's see, I've got some embossing powder back here. Nope, it's a little, for this particular kind of embossing powder, it's a little big for that one. But if you had lotion, if you wanted to do lotion in there, you could do that in there instead. So lots of different things will fit in here. I'm going to go ahead and put the little monster guy on here. Since I did the decorative paper, I didn't feel like I needed to do anything else. I'm going to glue the monster. Don't need glue all over all of it because not all of it will fit. Like his wing is going to hang off and part of his pitchfork is going to hang off there, as well as his tail. I'm going to lay him down. And if it bothers you with the color on his wing there, like I colored it so you can see, you could come back in with your black marker and color that, or you could use black paper and then you wouldn't have that problem. And then, you know, the candy piece, if you wanted to include it, you could include it on here as well, or you could make some additional ones to decorate the side with. But there is the little box and the little card with day 9 from the Spellbinders Craftoween 2025 box. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'm having fun looking at everybody else's. A lot of individuals already have theirs done. I'm having a lot of fun looking at what other people have done and have some cool ideas that I've seen. I do want to point out this one is the Cloud 9 shimmer. I did that over just orange paper, so he shimmers a little bit, kind of purple to white to orange to. I just used a blending brush, or not a blending brush, the little dauber with a foam square or foam round on it, this little thing here, and I just used it to go over the little monster. So, and this purple one is just the paper, or no, it's a marker, sorry, it's the marker. It's an alcohol marker. So hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I will talk to you again soon. Bye.